Hello and good day, fellow tankers. It's Commander Denalii, and here we are again with a couple more replays of the Centennial T-95. This is the British Tier 8 medium tank, and it is phenomenal when it comes to making silver. So, yeah, I mean, that's really all that needs to be said about this. This tank, it's great. I love, you know, using it as a hill sniper and putting your turret armor to work. And then at the same time, as long as you don't run a bunch of premium consumables and you don't fire a bunch of premium shells, you're going to make a lot of money with this tank. I was just farming some silver with it, you know, while I was making this video, just to see how much silver I could make, because I needed a few pieces of equipment for a couple of my tanks. So, you know, I needed, you know, just a couple million silver in order to fully equip a couple of my tanks, a couple of my tier 10 and tier 9 tanks, just to make it, you know, make those tanks better. So the speed on this thing is not horrible as well. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it is not, you know, an AMX or a Chaffee or anything like that. It does have a pretty good speed and everything like that. So yeah, as you can see here, we're on Scorpion Pass, and right now we're just trying to get into a position, and you know, I was just trying to get up onto the to H6, H7 area, and just took the long way around, you know, because I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest. So as you can see, even climbing hills, we got some decent speed going on, and I mean, yeah, with this one it was encounter, so I didn't feel the enemy team would, you know, be able to push around quicker than I could. When I did realize my mistake, because I wasn't going to go down and just sit on the flag and, you know, try to cap this one out as quickly as possible. So yeah, even making that long trip around, we're only 2 minutes into this match, and I've climbed the mountain. And as you can see, there's one of their big tanks right there. We're just going to try to snipe a shot in really quick. And unfortunately, it's nothing. So he went ahead and went invisible there. Try one blind shot, and then we're going to move out, because there ain't no sense, you know, shooting at something that may have moved. Had I got hit markers or a crit, I probably would have kept firing in that spot. But because I didn't get either of those, then yeah, it's pointless. Fired 2 rounds, got nothing out of it. So, you know, find a new position. Yeah, I've really been enjoying this tank. It's got some decent armor for a medium tank. I've actually outbrawled a couple of the other tanks. I outbrawled a Motherland. You know, I was on like 20% health, he was on full, and I ended up winning a fight between me and him, because he was just trying to do the auto lock and brawl, and he got a little cocky. So I just took the advantage on that, and I guess I beat him. So yeah, as you can see, this guy rushed me, so I'm just gonna, you know, keep my turret moving a little bit, try to block as much as we can, and put some rounds into his big god ugly hatch. And then when I can get his side, I'll put one into his side like that. And there we go. We're just gonna try to ram him for a little bit, and that didn't really do much, so we'll finish him off with a round. So that's one tank down. Many more to go. Our team is up on numbers right now. We've lost 4 tanks and they've lost 6 tanks, so we're up by 2. And as you can see, this area, you get some pretty good shots at the tops of the tanks that are down in the flag when they want to go down and cap. So you can just sit here and activate your camo. This thing doesn't have the greatest camo, but yeah, as you can see, when I move I get detected, but you just keep firing like that with a tank that won't be able to move very much, and farm that damage. And just aim in on that one. It was not enough to kill him. I was really hoping it would be. But that's alright, we know where he's at. We're going to try a blind shot, and it didn't happen. So we'll try on that guy. Nope, he just reappeared, so there we go. And we finish another tank, so that's 2 down. And we've taken minimal damage. So now we're just going to readjust again. That's the great thing about this tank. It has enough speed to where if you need to, you can readjust. It's a nice happy medium on speed. So as you can see, there is still one down in the G8 area, down in that river. We're just going to go ahead and keep pushing until we can get a good angle on him. And if we spot anybody else up here, because it tends to be, now that they've changed this map around, the bottom mountain range and the right side mountain range is where most people like to sit. As you can see, I found the enemy's artillery, and he's just going to back down before I can get reloaded, so I'm not going to be able to finish him off.
Ready to fire.
But since he could see where I was, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to push down here, because I know he doesn't have the shot down here to hit me. And as you can see, I stop ever so often and try to see if I can hit anybody with the angles that we're getting. So yeah, I just decided to push up around, you know, try to take out the enemy's artillery, and then we run across their top tier heavy tank. And we snapshot him at first and didn't do anything, so we're going to aim in, we track him, and he's aiming in on us, but we got a friendly that's rushing him, so I'm just pretty much trying to skirt the right side here to, you know, not expose my hull very much, just in case he wants to fire at me. But now that he's in a brawl with him, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to try to take some juicy side shots.
Target locked.
Yep, and that's how quickly you can tag team somebody. Just, he was at full health when we started that engagement, and now he's a one-shot. And there we go. It's another tank out of the game. Kill number 3 for us. And now with only 3 tanks left on the enemy team, and we see 2 of them right there, we're going to pull a snapshot, get up here, use this cover to our advantage, hopefully go stealth and hit them inside. That was, you know, the plan, because, you know, you never know where they're aiming at. Lucky for me, though, on this battle, these guys were both AFK. So I just got a nice spot here, you know, pretty much for no reason. I could have just started shooting right away, but they're just going to sit there and they're just going to take it. And this gun, it's not pinning very well on the side of that heavy tank. And I just keep it, he's got that weird angle to him, so I'm just going to go ahead and switch to premium. And, you know, even though I'm dumping some premium rounds into this guy, I'm still gonna be making a lot of silver this round, and may as well get as much damage as possible to try to get some gun barrel marks. So there we are. Oh, and we got a lovely track there, so we can get some assisted damage if somebody else kills him as well. But we got the kill. And this guy went unspotted because of that tree that's between us, so I'm just gonna pop up over here and try to spot him out again when there he is. We still had premium loaded, so I went ahead and just shot it, and we got him in the ammo rack, and switched to standard rounds, and we just continue farming as much damage as we can on this guy. And then I hit just a little bit of a lag there. And there we go, alright. So, yeah, it was just a couple seconds of lag, the joys of living out in the country. And we're just gonna keep farming damage. And there we go, that's the end of that match.
Best job I ever had.
So yeah, like I was saying, the big thing about this tank is how much silver you can earn. It's phenomenal. With that match, I even wasted more than enough premium shells, and I still made 141,000 silver. I only got a mastery badge too, with 4.4 thousand damage dealt and 500 damage assisted. So I mean, there's a lot of people playing this, and to get your mastery badges, you're gonna have to do, you know, almost 5,000 damage. And there's the scoreboard of the entire teams and how well everybody did. But yeah, this thing makes a lot of silver. So here we are on our second map. It's Fjords, and on this map, if I'm in a heavy tank, I'll either go to the north to the A line and go across when I start on this side, or I'll go south to the you know, to the J5 area, and I'll come around and go through the city that way if I'm in a heavy tank. But being in a top tier medium tank, I'm gonna go to the middle of the map pretty close to where that pond is, and I'm either going to fire over the pond or take the guys out that are in the, the E6, E7 area as they come around that way. It's a nice little flanking position because usually, these tanks are fighting these lanes and they're firing straight across, and every now and again you can get some lovely flanking shots. And in this match, you're gonna see, some decent flanking shots. So as you can see, we got plenty of people going to the north and plenty of people going to the south, which is the two general ways that people go when they start on this side of the map. So, going up the middle, sometimes the middle is not the best bet, because when the enemy teams start, they only have really two different ways to go right away. So a lot of people go up the middle and then way up to the north around the mountain. So I mean, if you go up here and you don't have a lot of assistance, then you can get hit, quick and hard and be out of the match in a matter of, half a minute or so. So as you see, we're already getting some flanking shots on these guys up here, and we got that rock to our left, and that's gonna protect us, a little bit. The artillery probably could reach us here, but we're not too concerned about that just yet. And as you can see, we got a top tier heavy tank that's trying to poke out. So we're gonna, train our gun right there and wait for him. And there we go, we did some damage and we tracked him. And what I'm doing here, I'm trying to expose just a tiny part of my turret so that way they get greedy and try to take shots. It's pretty much how I bait shots out of people. And, when you do that, you're able to return fire because they're on the reload. And as you can see, I mean, even with him barely angled, I bounced that round. But, I won't bounce a whole lot off of him if he continues in that location. He's got to pull out past that building edge in order to take shots on me. So we're just kind of waiting for someone else to pop up, and there's our friend again. So we just try to snapshot and back up, and we know he's just going to stay in that location now. He had time to relocate, and he decided not to. So we're just going to, punish him for it. And yeah, as you see, just a little bit of my turret, because this is a very strong turret, and he'll bounce off of it. Had he shot me in my top hatch, that is a weak point on this tank, so he could have pinned me there. So we're just going to keep trying that again. We are full health, so we can take a shot if we need to. And there we go, we bounce another one off of his side. So that's 2 bounces off of him so far, and he keeps hitting the side of the mountain. And we're just going to try to keep him tracked and, try to take him out as quick as we can. And the DPM on this gun, as you can see, it's punishing. I mean, he's a top tier heavy, and I've whittled him down from full health, to where he's at now in a matter of like a minute and a half or so. So, it's a pretty good gun. He does have a friend pull out right there and try to help him, but I'm not going to let him distract me from killing his friend. I'm going to go ahead and finish him, and then I will readjust and put shots onto him. So there we go, we hit him in the ammo rack, and we have a friend here now, in the form of a Freedom. And he has a friend as well in the form of a Centennial. That makes a mistake and backs up, so we're going to put a shot into him, use that cover, and then when we're reloaded, we're going to pull forward and try to put another shot into him. Oh, and there we go, we track him. But he fixes it, and we have a friend directly behind him in the form of a T-94. At this point, I'm deciding I'm going to go down and help, and I should have went down here just a little bit slower, because as you see, I did take, a couple hundred damage, and I lost my commander, due to that little bump at the end of that downhill. So I'm pretty much just trying to pull up here and assist, and as you see, now we have to worry about artillery. I was just trying to get a nice, quick shot into that guy, because I noticed he had just shot, and then when I couldn't shoot him, I decided to try to track him. We did take one shot there, and he tried to ram us. So we're going to try to put one through his front, and it's too sloped for us right there. But since he's just constantly trying to push us, we're just going to move our gun, make him bounce shots, and then when we get reloaded, we're going to put it into his hull on a flat surface, and we're going to get as much damage as we can on this guy. And as you can see, he didn't last very long between me and that T-44. So now they don't have a whole lot of tanks left. They've got 5 left, and we've got more than enough. So now it's just time to push up on them and finish them. And I accidentally run into T-44, so, sorry about that, buddy. And now we're just going to keep pushing forward and try to finish off these last few guys. And since that guy got taken out, we got to drive around these 2 wrecks here. And we're going to search for a weak spot. And the only thing shown is his turret, and well, we just bounce off of it, unfortunately. But we're just going to keep pushing now. So yeah, guys, as you see, if you stay hulled down, I mean, you can keep a lot of hit points until the end of a game. You know, I did well up until I decided to drive down, you know, the side of that mountain where the pond is, and you know, I got a little greedy to try to help out my friends there. But hey, still got some hit points, and there's the enemy tank destroyer, so we're gonna auto lock onto him, back up, and fire, and we take him out. The artillery almost takes us out there too, and that's another good reason why you want to save your hit points. So we'll just aim and wait, and as soon as we're reloaded, we fire. And there we go, we're on 4 kills, and there's only 1 tank remaining on the enemy team. But we're just going to keep pushing on him anyway, because we have the tank advantage, and we may as well get as much damage as we possibly can. And as you can see, I was looking at the list there to see what he was, and he's also a Centennial. So if we can get up here, we can maybe get some side shots on him, because that tank destroyer was pushing him back, or maybe he turned around and faced this way. But either way, we're going to get up here, we're going to, you know, locate him, and we're going to try to put some more shots into him. There we go, we'll just fire on the move, do some decent damage to him, use the rocks as cover for our lower, keep wiggling, and our tracks absorb that shot. We'll aim center mass on him, and then we'll wiggle, and he puts us in the tracks as well, and we were going to finish him off, but somebody else did. But that's alright. So, on our first match we made 141,000 silver, and on this one we made 146,000 silver. So as you can tell, just in 2 decent matches, we made almost 300,000 silver. That almost buys a piece of equipment right there. We did end up getting high caliber and sniper with 4,000 damage and 18 penetrations. But until next time, fellow tankers, you guys go out, kill some shit, and I hope to see you on the battlefield. Don't forget, if you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It helps out a lot.